Standing outside of the old Montgomery Steakhouse in the beautiful and historic town of Montgomery, Texas. Montgomery is about an hour north of Houston and has always considered itself the anti-city. It's the quintessential small Texas town, a place where you can go, buy land, raise a family, and get away from all the hustle and bustle of the city. And it is still that, but a few things have changed.
Sure, you've got your white picket fences and quaint little downtown, but today's Montgomery is so much more. What's up, everyone? It's Jeff with Jeff West Properties, your host for the Conroe Living Channel, where we identify and celebrate everything that makes Conroe and Montgomery County one of the fastest growing areas in America. Speaking of fast growing areas, today's video is all about the city of Montgomery, Texas, what it's like and what it's like to actually live here. I'm going to be covering the 4 main types of lifestyles you can expect to find in the greater Montgomery area. Let me start by saying Montgomery is big. It is a land of wide open spaces, and just like its neighbor Conroe to the east, it is exploding with growth right now. Now, doing a Google search may be misleading, because if you do, say, a quick Wikipedia search, you'll see that as of the 2020 census, Montgomery had 1,948 people in it. But it's got 2 high schools, and one of those high schools has 1,750 students, the other has 900, so add 1,750 to 900, carry the 1.
It doesn't add up.
Now, to be fair, the World Population Review has an updated number showing that Montgomery has 3,092 residents, which in itself is a 54% jump from what the census showed. But even that only counts for within the city limits, which is only 5 square miles. If you count all the unincorporated areas that have Montgomery zip codes, you'll see just how massive the area is. Take a look at the map and I'll show you what I mean. So starting right around Lake Conroe Park on 105, Montgomery is the entire western shore of Lake Conroe, all the way up to bordering Huntsville in the north, and all the way to the west where it borders Navasota, until you get down to Dobbin, and then it's Plantersville. It keeps going past the Blue Jack National, and then borders Magnolia right there at the 249 Aggie Expressway. For some reason, we jump over the city of Caron. Guess we don't want to have to get the manager. And then we wrap around the community of Wood Forest. Then we border Conroe on the north and the east. So it curves back around 2854 and the last little section of Fish Creek Thoroughfare. So the entire territory of Montgomery looks like a big boot because Texas. So looking at that entire footprint, or boot print, I guess, more specifically, here are the 4 different types of lifestyles you can expect to find in the greater Montgomery area. The first thing that Montgomery offers is lake life.
What a lot of people may not know is that Lake Conroe doesn't have a whole lot of Conroe. In fact, the entire western shore of Lake Conroe is actually found in the city of Montgomery.
All along the western shore of Lake Conroe and Montgomery, you've got several different communities, but there are really 3 that make up the vast majority of it, and all of them have a little bit of a different feel. You have the neighborhood of April Sound, which is found on the south shore of Lake Conroe, and it's really your entry point into Montgomery. It's where Conroe and Montgomery meet. April Sound is an awesome gated community. It's a golf course community, amazing amenities there, and you've got everything from interior condos to mansions on the lake. Going northwest from there, you have the neighborhood of Walden. Walden is similar to April Sound. It's not gated, but it is a golf course community. It's got several amazing amenities, and you have the same types of houses. Both of them started being built in 1973. And then just north of there, you've got the neighborhood of Bentwater. It's another gated community. It's an amazing golf course community, has all the same amenities, marina. It's the most upscale and the newest of those 3 communities. Now here are some of the differences you'll find between the 3 communities. April Sound, it's the smallest, it's the most central. Right outside the gate is where you have your main area in Lake Conroe for dining and entertainment options.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Walden is a little more secluded. It's a little farther away. The main entrance is on Highway 105, and even after you exit Highway 105, it takes you another 10 or 15 minutes to get into the neighborhood off of Walden Road. Because it's a little more secluded, they have more things in Walden, like more gas stations, restaurants. They even have their own liquor store.
This is about priorities. Your priorities.
Bentwater is the farthest north, and it's probably the first community that you would want to take FM 1097 over the Lake Conroe Bridge instead of taking Highway 105, which is the main route that takes you to the southern part of Lake Conroe and into Montgomery. Bentwater is the most exclusive, therefore high dollar neighborhood among the three. You've got not one, but 3 different championship golf courses, and each one of them carry their own hefty membership charge.
Stupidly expensive.
There are several other communities on Lake Conroe's western shore in Montgomery that all have their own draws, their own attraction. They may not have all the amenities of the other 3, but you may have things like acreage property on the lake. There's too many to list, so if you want more information about that, just pick up the phone, give me a call, text, or email, and I'd be happy to walk you through it. Another type of lifestyle you'll find in Montgomery is living in one of the master plan developments. These are major developers who come in, buy large tracts of land, and they build these communities around, well, community. You've got real focus on neighborhood parks, on neighborhood sports fields, central meeting areas, and different types of social clubs and events to get involved in. Probably one of the better examples of this would be Wood Forest, which is a community on the southeast corner of Montgomery. You've got the Houston Dynamo and Dash youth soccer leagues there. You've got neighborhood playgrounds scattered all throughout the community where basically every home is within walking distance of one. You've got Forest Island, an amenity complex that has one of the best pools you are ever going to find in any community, and basketball, tennis courts, things like that. And then you've got the Palm Information and Rec Center, where you can host different events. They've got community events, clubs, things like that.
A community.
Now, one of the biggest complaints I get from clients moving into the area about master plan communities is that the homes seem to be built right on top of each other. Some people really value that community, and other people more value elbow room and privacy to water slides and bridge clubs.
Get off my lawn!
Montgomery is and has always been a land of wide open spaces. So you've got several communities that offer land, larger lots, as much as multiple acreage lots. So you have a lot more elbow room. Some of them are really secluded. You've got gated communities, you've got large wooded lots that really give you privacy. Some examples of this would be Crown Ranch and Montgomery Trace. Other neighborhoods may not feel as secluded, but they still offer huge lots for you to build your dream home on. There are neighborhoods like Mia Lago. Montgomery has always been a great area, a great destination for custom homes. So a lot of these neighborhoods are custom home communities where you'll buy a lot, you'll bring in your own builder, and you'll build your dream home from the ground up.
And if you're not feeling that creative and you need a little help but still want that custom home, you can always look into a neighborhood like Bentwood Farms that'll be coming soon from Partners in Building.
Neighborhoods like Bentwood Farms are great options for custom homes because you don't have to build things from the ground up, but you can still fully customize. Partners in Building has over 2,000 different plans for you to choose from that you can then customize to your taste.
And I get what I want.
All of these neighborhoods strike a great balance between feeling like you're living in the country and also being close to civilization.
And if you really want to get away from it all, there's always the ability to buy raw land. Montgomery used to be a primarily agricultural community, and there is undeveloped land here to purchase, but I warn you, it does come at a cost. I knew someone who grew up on a cattle ranch out here that was several acres, and a few years ago they sold that property for tens of millions of dollars. So the per acre price is pretty steep.
I pulled up a report right before making this video, and as of today, the median price per acre in Montgomery is $115,000. Montgomery ain't cheap. But there are a lot of people who feel like it's well worth it to live in an area where you're secluded from the entire world one day while feeling right in the heart of it the next.
Best in the city, best in the country.
Now that doesn't mean that everything is unaffordable. There are several communities in Montgomery that offer housing below $200,000, and some of those are brand new properties. So you can be on a budget and still live in an area that gives you everything you're looking for. Those aren't the only reasons that people are moving to Montgomery. There are several others, like the school district. Montgomery has one of the highest rated school districts in the state, and it's drawing great families and great teachers to the area. Montgomery is a very safe area as well. Using the FBI crime index on a scale of 1 to 100, with 100 being the highest crime, 1 being the lowest, Montgomery scores 15 on violent crime and 30 on property crime. Now that's compared to the national average of 22 on violent crime and 35 average in property crime, and compared to Houston, which has 50 in violent crime and 63 in property crime. Montgomery is an incredibly safe option. That's true whether you live in a gated community or not.
People want to feel safe.
Another big draw is golf. And oh my lord, do we have a lot of golf courses. Bentwater itself has 3 championship courses. Walden's course has one of the top 500 holes in the world, according to Golf Digest. Wood Forest has a course designed by PGA legend Steve Elkington. And let's not forget, we have the first golf course designed by Tiger Woods, Blue Jack National.
Hello.
Montgomery is a golf paradise. Let's call this a bonus. There's another reason people love it here. Montgomery has the Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville Resort. It was the first Margaritaville resort that was built in Texas, and it is the only one that is actually found outside of a port city.
Oops.
People can easily fact-check this.
Now this is just scratching the surface of everything people love about Montgomery, Texas. If you would like more information, just pick up the phone, give me a call, text, or email. Be happy to answer any questions you have. I'm a realtor and a relocation specialist who's helped people from all over the nation fall in love with and move to Montgomery County. Montgomery is just one of the cities that's making up one of the fastest growing areas in America. If you want to learn more about all things Montgomery County, make sure to subscribe to the Conroe Living Channel. If you'd like to learn more about Montgomery's neighbor to the east, Conroe, Texas, the fastest growing city in America, check out this video.